Hey gang, and welcome back. These videos are brought to you by Card Conduit, the best place to sell your unused collection fast and easily. 401 Games, Canada's top shop for all your hobby and TCG needs. Dragon Shield, the strongest sleeves for your strongest decks. Moxfield, the easiest way to store and share your deck lists. And Foil Armor, flatten your foils fast. Today's game features two brand new players, with Jordan winning the die roll and starting us off. He draws for turn and plays a mountain. Sammy's got a plains and casts that sweet second player turn 1 land tax. G draws and plays a forest, and then taps it for a delighted halfling. Kuzno's land drop is a Temple of Malady, which comes in tapped and scries 1. Jordan plays out a mech hanger, and then casts Kolodin. Sammy goes to find 3 plains off his land tax trigger, and draws for turn. He plays a plains and then casts a Suture Priest, and passes. G just draws and plays a plains. Kuzno's got a Vernal Fen for his land drop, and he casts a Soul Ring, and then taps it for a Skull Clamp. Jordan plays out a Springleaf Drum, and then plays a Mishriff's Factory. He follows it up with Smuggler's Copter, and Kolodin turns it into a creature until end of turn. Jordan then swings the Copter at Kuzno, and Kolodin goes at Sammy. On attack, Jordan gets to loot, and both creatures then connect. He passes after that. Sammy gets his land tax trigger, draws, and plays a plains. He then casts Tacassia's Welcome, and passes. G draws and plays Haven of the Harvest, and then casts Summon Fenrir. This lets him go and find a forest, and he passes. Kuzno plays a Cabal Coffers, and then casts Dina. Once she's out, he equips her with a Skull Clamp, and passes. Jordan's land for turn is a mountain, and he taps Kolodin to the Springleaf Drum for a mana to help cast a Knight Paladin. As it comes in, each opponent takes 4, and the Paladin becomes a creature because of Kolodin. This allows him to swing it at G. G takes the hit for 6, and Jordan passes. Sammy gets his plains from the land tax, draws, and then plays one of the plains he found. He casts Keeper of the Accord, and passes. G draws for turn, and ticks up Fenrir in his main phase. He then casts his commander with Yuna, and she enters with a counter, and G then passes turn. Kuzno draws, plays a forest, and brings out a Zulport Cutthroat. He follows it up with a Sakur Tribe Elder, and sacrifices it for a swamp. This has each opponent getting drained for 1 with the Cutthroat though, and Kuzno draws a card off of Dina as well, and then goes to find the land. Jordan draws and casts Clown Car for 5. He rolls some dice and makes 1 clown and puts 4 counters on the car, then taps the clown to crew the copter. That's a lot of C's. Jordan then continues by tapping the clown car to crew the Knight Paladin. And he then swings the copter at Sammy, and the Knight Paladin at G. Jordan gets to loot on attack, and they both then take their hits. Sammy draws, plays a plains, and casts Lucy MacLean. He then casts his own Skull Clamp, and passes. G draws, taking up Fenrir, and drawing a card off of it. He then plays a Forest Return, and casts Sterling Grove. He follows that up with Renata. Going to combat, G swings Yuna at Kuzno, who chumps with Dina. This has Kuzno drawing 2 as Dina goes to the graveyard, and G gains 4 life. He then returns Fenrir with the Unit trigger, and passes turn. Kuzno draws, plays a swamp, and then clamps a Zulport Cutthroat. This has him drawing 2, and draining everyone for 1, and then he follows up with a Culling Ritual. He hits a lot of things on the board, making a total of 13 mana, and uses it to recast Dina, Swiftfoot Boots, and Braid's Arisen Nightmare. He finishes things up with an Insidious Roots, and then equips the Swiftfoot Boots onto Braids. Moving to his end step, he sacrifices a land to her. None of his opponents want to sacrifice a land, so Kuzno draws 3, and each opponent takes 2. Jordan's turn has him drawing and recasting Kolodin. He then uses his commander to group the Knight Paladin. He swings the Knight Paladin at Kuzno, who takes a hit for 6. Jordan's second main phase has him playing a Turbulent Step, and he passes after that. Sammy draws and plays Adagia, and he follows up by casting Wedding Ring. He gives Kuzno a ring token, and Lucy makes him another ring token, which Sammy gives to himself. After that, he passes turn. G draws and upticks Fenrir, and then casts Rancor onto Yuna. He swings her at Sammy, and Fenrir at Jordan, and they both take the hits. G then brings back Sterling Grove with Yuna on the end step, and he passes turn. During the end step as well, Sammy's Keeper makes a Soldier token, which in turn has Lucy making a copy of it, which he gives to Kuzno. Kuzno draws for turn, and Sammy draws 2 off the wedding rings. Kuzno then plays a wooded cemetery, and he casts Ghoulish Procession. He then follows up with a costly plunder, and sacrifices his soldier token. After drawing, he moves to his turn, and gets a braids trigger. This has Kuzno sacrificing his wedding ring to braids, and Sammy also sacrifices one of his rings, while Jordan and G take 2, and Kuzno draws 2. Jordan draws and plays out a Foundry Inspector, and then a Raider's Knave. He follows up by crewing the Paladin with the Foundry Inspector, and then swings it at Sammy, and the Knave at Kuzno. The Knave doesn't hit a land, but Kuzno and Sammy take the hit though. Jordan then passes, and during the end step, Sammy makes a soldier token, and gives a copy of it to G with Lucy. Sammy draws and plays a Plains, and then brings up Elspeth Stormslayer. He follows it up by casting Toby, and Kuzno responds with an Assassin's Trophy to destroy Elspeth. Sammy does make a 4/4 as Toby comes in, and gives G a Beast token as well, thanks to Lucy. Sammy then follows up with Authority of the Consuls. After that, Sammy passes, and during the end step, G sacrifices his Sterling Grove to go and find Up the Beanstalk to put on top. G draws for turn, and then draws off Fenrir as he moves the lore counter onto it. He then casts Sheltered by Ghosts on Yuna. As it comes in, he exiles Authority of the Consuls with it, and then casts Up the Beanstalk and draws a card. Going to combat, G swings Yuna at Jordan, and the tokens go at Kuzno. Kuzno chumps a Beast token with Dina, and blocks a soldier with braids, while Jordan declares no blocks, and the rest get through, dealing damage. G then passes turn. Kuzno draws and starts his turn off by casting a Blasphemous Edict. The board gets wiped, with Kuzno making a zombie token from the Ghoulish Procession. He then casts a Warren Soul Trader, and sacrifices the zombie to make a treasure token and lose 1. Kuzno then follows up with a Springbloom Druid, sacrificing a land as it comes in to go and find 2 basics to the field tapped. Jordan draws and casts Toretti, and then upticks the Walker to discard 2 and draws 2. He doesn't hit a land though, and he passes. During the end step, Kuzno sacrifices his Springbloom Druid to the Warren Soul Trader, losing 1 to make a treasure token. Sammy draws and casts Smothering Tithe. He then plays Monologue Tax, and then Joint Researchers. Sammy then prepares the Researchers on his end step and passes. G draws and casts Recycle in his main phase, and then plays a Tranquil Thicket. He draws a card, and then moves to his end step, discarding down to 2 thanks to Recycle, and passes turn. Kuzno draws, paying for the Tithe trigger, and casts Rib Truss Roaster in his main phase, sacrificing the zombie to devour. He then moves to his end step, and makes a Pest token. Jordan starts off turn 9 by drawing, and then upticking to ready to discard and draw some cards. He then casts a Talisman of Conviction, and then the Regalia, and passes. Sammy draws, playing a Forbidden Orchard, and then casts Secret Rendezvous off the Joined Researchers, targeting Jordan. They both draw some cards, and Sammy then casts Lucy, and follows up with Thought Vessel. He then gives G a Spirit off the Forbidden Orchard, and Lucy gives Jordan a Spirit token as well. Sammy then continues with an Ox Drover, and gives G an Ox token as well. Sammy then plays a Ghostly Prison, and then a Charismatic Conqueror, and passes. G draws for turn and doesn't pay for the Tithe trigger, and Sammy gets a treasure token off of it and Lucy. G then recasts Yuna, and he follows up with Rancor onto her. After that, he brings back Sphere of Safety with Yuna, and passes. Kuz draws, plays a Forest, and casts Disciple of Freyles. He sacrifices the Rib Truss Roaster, drawing 4 and gaining 4, and then plays out a Zoo of Fit. He then moves to equip the Swiftfoot Boots onto him, and passes. Jordan draws, playing an Arid Mesa, and cracks it, losing 1 for a Radiant Summit. He then upticks to ready, and follows up by casting Requisition Raid on the Ghostly Prison. Jordan then continues with Armed and Armored, and swings everything at Sammy. He whiffs on the Raider's Carve trigger, and gets an Inspiring Vantage off the Regalia, and Sammy then blocks the Ox Drover and Conqueror on the Knight Paladin, and Lucy and the Soldier token on the Raider's Carve, and 2 Soldiers and the Joined Researchers on the Regalia. Jordan trades, and in his second main phase, casts a Bulwark Ox and passes. Sammy's got a Plains and plays a Soul Ring. He then taps the Forbidden Orchard, giving G a Spirit token, and then casts a Martial Coup where X is 24. Kuzno in response sacrifices his board to the Warren Soul Trader, losing some life and making some treasures. and G casts Shelter on Yuna, not so much for protection, but to draw a card. The board is then wiped, with Sammy making 24 soldier tokens. He then plays an Intangible Virtue, and passes. G just draws, pays for the Smothering Tithe trigger, plays a Windswept Heath, and passes. Kuzno draws and pays for the Tithe trigger, and then casts Tear Asunder on Authority of the Consuls. He then follows up with a Damnation. Once the board is wiped, he follows up with Cameo of Whispered Hopes. In response to this, G sacrifices his Windswept Heath for a Lush Portico, surveilling 1. Kuzno then casts an Awakening Zone, and passes to Jordan. Jordan plays out Kolodin, and then downticks to ready to get Parhelion 2 back by sacrificing his Talisman. Jordan then goes to combat, and Sammy casts Get Lost on Parhelion. Jordan then moves through his combat steps, and uses his 2 maps, cracking both on Kolodin. He then plays a Spire of Industry, and passes. Sammy draws, and plays at a Reliquary Tower. He then casts a Welcoming Vampire. He recasts Lucy, giving G a token with the Forbidden Orchard, and then casts the Sentry Golden Guardian. This has him giving G the Void token, and Sammy makes a copy of the Void for himself. After that, Sammy passes, and G casts a Snakeskin Veil on the end step to draw a card off Recycle. G draws for turn, and casts Summon Titan, drawing a card. He then casts an Abundant Growth, drawing from the Recycle, and then 1 from it entering. He follows it up by casting Arcane Signet, drawing again, and then Rancor on the Titan, drawing yet again. G then plays his land for turn with a Huskwood Verge, drawing a card, and then plays a Birds of Paradise, drawing again, and passing. Kuzno makes an Eldrazi Spawn token on his upkeep, and Sammy makes one as well. Kuzno then plays Urborg, and he recasts Dina, and then moves the Boots onto her once she resolves. He follows up by casting an Orin Frostfang, and then swings 2 zombie tokens and his Cami at Sammy. Sammy blocks the 2 zombies with the Sentry and the Void, but takes 1 off the Cami, which has Kuzno drawing a card. He passes after that. Jordan's turn has him drawing, and then casting Salvation Engine. He then plays out the Mighty Servant of Luco. Both vehicles become creatures with Kolodin's trigger, and Jordan swings out at Kuzno. The Salvation Engine gets back an Illustrious Wanderglyph, and Kuzno then takes lethal. Jordan then passes turn. Jordan makes a Gnome token on Sammy's upkeep, and Sammy draws. Sammy then plays a Cathar's Crusade, and then casts a Silver Quill Lecturer, and triggers the Crusade as it enters. He follows up with Moonshaker Cavalry, and gets 2 ETB triggers, pumping his board massively. He follows up by casting Farewell, but targets only enchantments, to get rid of G's Sphere of Safety. With no defenses, Sammy is then able to swing out at Jordan and G, winning the game. Game review time. So this was a bit of a long one, with everyone kind of building up a board state to get to the point where they couldn't really attack each other, and as a result it kind of stalled until a board wipe happened. I'd like to try and do something different in my review by looking at 2 of the main plays in this game that I think changed the outcome. The first being Sammy's Martial Coup into Intangible Virtue. The board wipe on tokens is great, that was fine, but I think playing the Intangible Virtue immediately afterwards on the same turn telegraphed it too much. And the second play I'm not entirely sure about was using that Culling Ritual. It got Kuzno mana and dealt with some of the board, but it gave Sammy back a lot of the important permanents that he probably shouldn't have had. This video wouldn't be possible without the help from my sponsors, but it definitely wouldn't be possible without the help from you, the viewers, and my patrons. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and to remember, friends are just opponents you haven't eliminated yet.